Hi and welcome back to MRTV. It is time to talk about Pimax again because Pimax is doing Pimax things. You can remember my video about the Pimax Crystal Light non-local dimming version, which they offered for $699, and well, which was kind of a bait and switch scheme in my opinion, right? Because there was no $699 version and it was gone from the website, and people who had ordered it, they were made to upgrade to the more expensive version, which was really not nice. And then the device was gone, and after my videos, it resurrected on their website. Yes, as you know, I can make headsets reappear, and yeah, that's a good thing. Anyways, the story has a very interesting, turn of events, or should I say, it is coming to an end, I believe. So that's a good thing to say, and I also want to talk about this in this video. So what happened? Pimax wants to become more transparent, and now they're doing a bi-monthly newsletter. And the July update, it has just arrived, and it's interesting because of that switch of events or turn of events about the non-local dimming version. Also, we have to talk about the 12K because there's also an update about the 12K version. So let's get into it. Let's start with the non-local dimming crystal light. So, interestingly, it is still nowhere to be found. It does not exist. So Pimax says it's a completely different SKU. They have to develop a completely different headset, and they are not ready. It's not there. So they say we are still developing this solution. And what's interesting now, for the customers who have pre-ordered this version, we can't let you wait longer. You know, honestly speaking, I don't think there's so many customers left that actually are still waiting for the device. I believe that most customers who pre-ordered the $699 version, they actually fell for it and they did upgrade to the $899 version. That's what I believe. So there's probably like 5 people left or something. And yeah, now they came up with a solution for those 5 people. I don't know if it's 5 people, right? It's just what I guesstimate. So not many people must be waiting for the device because everybody wanted that device. And I still think for $899, the Pimax Crystal Light is an amazing headset. It's fantastic. I'm using it. It's here. And yeah, so it's a great headset. Anyways, the business decisions of Pimax are just so interesting. So it always makes for an interesting video. So now, for those who are still waiting for that device, once you have paid the remaining amount, okay, so probably you have not actually yet paid that money, those $699, because you've just pre-ordered it for $50 or what, we'll ship you the headset with local dimming. So they will send you the $899 version instead. And they will let you use the local dimming version for 2 weeks for free from the moment that you activate the Pimax Play software. Okay, so for $699, they will send you the $899 version that you can use for 2 weeks with local dimming. But after the 2 weeks, we close the local dimming feature. So they will remotely make the local dimming feature not work anymore. And well, yeah, that's an interesting concept. It's basically you pay for a service. And we know that from Teslas, right? But for example, the full self-driving, it is built into the cars, but you don't need to pay for that if you don't use it. But if you want to use it, then you can either pay monthly or you can pay like a lump sum, and then you got the full self-driving for the Teslas. I don't really want to compare Tesla with Pimax. Yeah, there's quite a difference in the two companies. But it's interesting that Pimax comes up with a solution. And I truly believe it is a viable solution for those 5 people who had been still waiting for the $699 version because you get a good headset. You get what you paid for, right? The device without the local dimming. But if you find out in these 2 weeks they can use it for free, that you love the local dimming version and that you're sad that it's going to be gone after 2 weeks, yeah, you can then buy it and upgrade to it simply via software. Not bad, in my opinion. So that's good. Does it make sense for Pimax from a business standpoint? Yeah, absolutely no, because they still have to pay for these expensive panels, right? And for $699, this is just too cheap. They're not going to make any profit with these versions. So it's a business decision that would not make sense if there were lots of people who were still waiting for that $699 version. But I'm pretty sure, as I mentioned, probably there's 5 people who didn't upgrade. And for these, let's be it 10 or 15 who did not do that. And for these 15 people, Pimax is now like pulling off this stunt so that they can say, here, you know what? It was not a bait and switch. And you know what? I believe them. I believe that they don't want to actually like bait and switch. But just in the end, they're doing these things. You know, it's not fully thought through what they're doing, right? So they say something like it feels like impulsively, and then it turns out they they said something wrong, or it's not impossible what they wanted to achieve, and then they have to find some kind of like creative ways to get around it, like now with this kind of like software as a service, right? This local dimming software as a service. Interesting, very interesting, and it never gets boring with Pimax. Unfortunately, it would be much better if management first would really think everything through so that they would not have to make these kind of stunts. Yes. So that's that part. Now there's more. Now regarding the wide FOV lenses, many people have been waiting for these lenses, and yeah, they say that actually it takes longer for those lenses to be produced because they have to prioritize the standard lenses for the crystal light. So for those who are waiting, they can instead opt for a $50 coupon, which I think is okay, or they still wait. And I can tell you, go for the coupon because like I really don't like these lenses, right? They totally take away your binocular overlap, and for me personally, I need binocular overlap to enjoy immersive 3D experiences with my Pimax and with other headsets, right? So, in my opinion, go for the FOV lenses. Yep, and then we have the update about the 12K, those super high-end headset that they had promised, and I also mentioned that 12K in my video where I simply said like, okay, Pimax, you cannot behave like this, right? You cannot just like say that you have this unbelievable headset coming up and you offer this unbelievable trade-in where like all the Pimax headsets that have ever been bought can be traded in for the full amount, but then the headset never arrives. And also with this update, they simply state like, yes, it was like extremely ambitious. Unfortunately, it turned out we cannot make it happen. And that's basically what's in this update. They found out that, hey, unfortunately, the 4090, which at that point in time was even not a thing when they actually like talked about the 12K and announced it, right? That even with the 4090, there's not enough bandwidth, and now they have to wait for DisplayPort 2, right? Or 2.1 in order to really get those throughputs, and it's totally not their fault. They simply have to wait. Not that they wouldn't have had this information already when they announced the 12K, right? So that's that. It's just like Pimax has to stop making these strange gut decisions or strange gut announcements where they simply tell you about the most incredible things that only much later come to fruition, right? why not just stick to what for sure is going to happen? Like now, in this case, it's going to be the Pimax Crystal Super, which I'm excited about, right? It's the next headset, which offers like super high 4K displays per eye with a wide FOV and all these good things, right? So just concentrate on the one headset that is actually coming up, or better, concentrate on the headsets that are out, make them amazing, make them run really well. And I have to say, actually, with the Crystal Light, that's the case. In my opinion, it runs very well and it's a great headset, right? So anyways, that's for this update. A very interesting kind of end to that $699 local dimming saga. In my opinion, the real $699 local dimming version, which actually is a different headset with a different panel, is never going to come out. That is what I truly believe. But yeah, so they have kind of saved the situation by sending out the more expensive version and simply disabling that function by software. Yeah, do let me know, what are your thoughts about this kind of new development in the $699 local dimming crystal saga? And what are your thoughts about the 12K? Do you agree with me that they simply should stop to announce stuff that simply is not real? Do let me know in the comment section of this video. But still, you know what? I'm happy that they're actually doing these updates now, that they try to become a bit more transparent. So Pimax, keep on doing that. Please really keep on doing this. I still want to keep on doing these videos where I talk about those updates because it's interesting for me and also, I believe, for the community. Yeah, I'm looking forward to your comments, and that's it for this video. And give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this update. And also, of course, if you have not yet subscribed to MRTV, but you are into high-end PC VR, then this is the right channel for you, bringing you all the latest news and reviews here on the channel. So yeah, subscribe and click on the bell button. Yeah, now I could stop this video, but I still want to let you know, go to the MRTV Discord server and chat with me in the community. It's always great fun there. That's everything I have for you. I'm looking forward to seeing the next one. Until then, bye-bye.